You did not plug the mics in.
I said. Wow. Hello and welcome to our channel.
Okay, wait. Oh, no. Are we saying our channel or welcome to within? If we say our channel, where do we slot in within?
Jesus is Lord!
Come enjoy the life, baby, take a ride. I just wanna find you.
Hello and welcome to Within. I am Denice Steinbang
I'm Sihle and Denice. This is our very first episode, so we're very excited.
and very nervous.
Yeah. So let's see how it goes.
What we're going to do is we're going to play a little game and we are going to guess. We're going to guess who is more likely to. So we'll show either Sihle or Denice and we will choose who is more likely to do it. So let's get into it.
Okay, first question.
Right, so the first question is, who is more likely to do YouTube? So who's more likely to be in front of the camera?
Okay, and go.
I don't know.
Because it's neither of us, right?
I don't know. Yeah, definitely neither of us.
Yeah, so we're both very camera shy. I think we're both introvert. No, you're an extrovert.
I'm an
Yeah,
introvert.
Okay, we'll talk about that some other day. But yeah, this is not what we signed up for, being in front of the camera. It's not something that we, like doing. But the reason why I said you is because you're really good at throwing yourself into the creative work. So you've got a blog, you've got a radio show, you do Toastmasters, so you are speaking in front of people all the time.
Yeah.
You have 5 million social media accounts. So yeah, that's why I said you're more likely to be doing this kind of thing. But I think definitely we're both not people who are trying to be.
Why are we here? It's definitely not. I mean, it's one of those things where you're throwing yourself into uncomfortable situations,
Definitely.
or just throwing yourself into discomfort. Just a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I think that the vision that we have for ourselves as people and for what we're trying to do in the world is bigger than our discomforts, and it is bigger than us feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And so what we want to do is take all of those moments and also to pass that on to you, to be able to say we're doing things that may not be things that we'd normally do, just to pass on all of the information, all of the stuff that we've learned or are still learning, some of it, and the lessons and the L's and the good, the bad, the ugly. So we're trying to just bring all of that into focus and to bring that to you, even if it makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And also just because I think it's part of our purpose. That's at our very core, that's the gift that God has given us. And so this is the best platform to bring it to the people.
That's so true. We're so connected to the end goal, to the vision that we have for what our contribution in the world.
Absolutely.
Like you said. So this is just a step towards that vision, and if it's a little uncomfortable, but it's also fun.
It is fun. It is fun to do things, and new things are always a step out of your comfort zone. But once you get into it, you get into it. Next question is, who is more likely to practice what they preach? So who's more likely to do what they say and say what they do?
And let's give you context, because this is our first episode. Obviously you guys don't know what we're going to be speaking about here really. So we'll be speaking about things like boundaries,
everything from boundaries all the way into vision, all the way into purpose, and all the way into very uncomfortable topics, and also things, a little bit of fun, of course, but mostly things that will challenge you, things that will make you grow, and things that will push you towards your purpose.
Like how to be better at relationships, how to not be afraid of rejection, like all those
and to
kind
get
of things.
past those moments, because it's so easy to get stuck in those seasons when you don't understand what season you're in. So we're trying to just get you into that, and how do you move past it. So that's the kind of contest that we'll be talking about. So who's more likely to do it? Ready?
Yeah. I think it's both of us.
Yeah.
We're both really intentional about how we live our lives.
Yeah.
And we both have committed to not only learning about these things, because it's one thing to listen to the podcasts and read the books and study and go to the courses, but it's another thing to actually get home and practice those things. And I think we both are very intentional and have even gotten to a point where we enjoy putting those things into practice, because we've seen that reaping the rewards is always a thing. You know, there's always a payoff. So, but I do think that maybe we'll be better at practicing some things than others.
Yeah.
So for example, for me, one thing that I am really good at practicing is if a situation triggers me, an external thing, like a person, a thing that happens, I'm really good at going inward and thinking, what is it in me that is being triggered here? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What is my stuff? What is their stuff? So I'm really good at that. It gives me perspective. It keeps me calm. It helps me to continue loving myself and loving other people. But the thing that maybe I'm likely to forget to practice is deep breathing, which I think you've got down.
Yeah.
I know that when I do it, it feels so good. It's good for my mind. It's good for my body. But I forget. But then I built in mechanisms in my life, like I'll do Pilates, because that will remind me to breathe.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress sometimes.
Yeah. And things like that, I mean, even with things that we're not so good at, it's important to just, that's what we're here for. We're trying to give you those reminders and also give you different ways to do it, because some things you might be thinking that it's not for you, but you'll actually find that there is a way that can work for you. So for me, something that I'm growing and learning in, just looking back and thinking, this is something that I've grown from, it's canceling people. That's my toxic trait.
You were the cancel.
I definitely would cancel people so quickly, they wouldn't even know it. So I think that that's something that I'm learning to recognize in myself. And instead of being like out, I treasure the people that I have so much, because I know that these are people that I prayed for these kind of friendships. I prayed for this kind of relationship within my family, within the people that I interact with on a daily basis. And so I extend the grace to them that they give to me, because I mean, they're obviously still keeping me around.
Yeah.
So
and the grace that you extend to yourself.
Exactly. So the grace that I can extend to myself when I mess up is the same grace that I end up extending to other people, and being like, this is a person that I'm not going to give up on. And so that's something that I am actively learning and actively aware of in every space that I have and in every relationship that I'm in. And so that's my practicing.
That got really deep. Question number 2.
3.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Who is more likely to show us real tears? Who's the crier between the two of us?
Easy.
Okay. You did not plug the mics in.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Take.
2,000 years later.
So who's the crier between the two of us?
Easy.
I think this is an easy one.
Ready? No ways.
Wow, Sissy. In what world?
No ways.
Okay, do tell.
I think this was a no-brainer for me, because I was just like, absolutely you. I think you're so in touch with your emotions, and I mean, your poetry, if anyone, I mean, everyone who follows our social media will know that you write the best poetry. I'm a poet out there. Please recognize Salama Awards. But the recent piece that you wrote that's on our website, we'll drop the link in the description below. It was Goosebumps. goosebumps. And so I think that with pieces like that, you're very in touch with those are the things that give me, just hints of just how in touch you are with your emotions. And you can cry, man.
Friend, I feel like I've seen you cry more times than you've seen me cry.
Really?
Do you know what I'm thinking of? Actually, like my favorite thing is when you'll be sending me like a voice note on WhatsApp and you'll be talking about something that you're really passionate about, or maybe something that's really hurt you, and like within the voice note you'll start crying.
Every voice note. The things have been
like, and I'm just like, how beautiful is it that I'm where I am and you're where you are, but you're able to connect with what you're feeling and connect with me in such a way that the emotion plays itself out like that. And so I always feel like you're the crier in this family.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
But I think that we're both more a lot likely to cry because if we're talking about things that are very, very deep and important, and we're passionate about, which is almost everything that we're going to be talking about. And so those are the things that would bring with us emotions, and that doesn't just mean just tears of like sadness. It could be tears of joy. It could be us just experiencing any emotion that comes up within us being here. And so
I think that's actually so important because we do live in a society that kind of makes you feel like you need to get a handle on your emotions. You need to hide them, or you need to not feel them so much. And like you're saying, it's not just with sadness, because we know that even when you're a kid, it's like, like get yourself together.
You get hit now. Oh my God.
Or like before they hit you, or like before they give you a punishment, you're crying, and then they're like,
exactly. But also even in adulthood though, don't be like, if someone is really sad, or even if they're like, we'll be like, we'll want them to be okay, and we'll
even
say
with grief,
exactly,
we're like, oh, how long ago did her friend or whoever pass away? Oh, 2 years. Like, why is she still?
But even immediately also we're like, or be strong, or you'll be fine, or
I hate be strong,
you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine is just there on the tip of our tongue. We immediately want people to be neutral, or at least not show all of the emotions that they're going through in the moment. And that's something that we're learning, I think, even in our friendships, to cry together, to be able to even laugh and just laugh and be in that emotion and just feel it and not be like, oh, let's just, bring it back.
Yeah, because I think we usually want to rescue people from their emotions because we think they're a bad thing. We think they're, but we'll speak more about that on the channel. And I think it's important that we ourselves feel our feelings, because it's something that we're really learning is helpful, that you can even with joy, people are like, that's too much joy, or someone will buy a car but they don't want to be too excited. They'll be like, it just gets me from A to B, like, no.
Meanwhile, I mean, you do so much to get the things that we aspire to, and so we need to celebrate each other, celebrate it out loud, celebrate it more, and just feel the feelings,
feel the fullness of your joy, the fullness of your sadness, whatever it is. And I think this year has taught us that a lot, because there's been so much pain that when joy does come, I know I, for one, I want to experience all of it. Even laughing at a joke, like you laugh because wow, when last,
it's not just a little, it's a real laugh, and just soaking in those moments of joy when you find them, and that's what it's all about. And that's what I guess a gift that can come from the tragedy of the times that we're living in. Like, when you find joy, you know that it might not last too long, and so you hold on to it with everything that you've got, and you feel it completely. So we are going to cry
sometimes. That's all we've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, I don't know why you wouldn't have subscribed yet. If you have not subscribed, I hope you press that subscribe button and that you like or comment and tell us what you liked about this episode. And yeah, we're gonna see you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.